Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Jennifer Huber, also known as Solo Travel Girl, and since June of 2022, I've been using Mounjaro to manage my type 2 diabetes. Before I get into this week's update, which is week 98 of my Mounjaro journey, I just want to share with you how amazing this medication really has been in my life. So since June of 2022, I have lost about 60 pounds, but most importantly, I have really made some big improvements in my life. I had an A1C of 8.2 when I was prescribed Mounjaro. At last check, it was 5.6. That was the end of January. I had high blood pressure, and I no longer have high blood pressure, and I no longer take high blood pressure medication. I am controlling my high cholesterol. I am still on a statin, but my numbers look great. I'm going to link a video here for you if you haven't seen that video. And I had non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, and that has since been reversed. So yeah, Mounjaro really has been quite the game changer in my life and helping me achieve my health goals. So before I get into this week's update, I just want to remind you that I'm not a healthcare professional, and I'm just sharing my personal experience and opinion about using Mounjaro to manage my type 2 diabetes. Also, I have no relationship with the drug manufacturer, and I have no relationship with any pharmacy that is dispensing Mounjaro. All right, let's get into this week's update. As I posted earlier in the week, and I did not post on Sunday because I've been on vacation. I was up in Tennessee and then in Alabama, so internet was spotty. So here I am. It's Tuesday, and I'm home, relaxing, unwinding. I'm going back to work tomorrow, but here I am sharing my week experience with you all. So as I mentioned, this is week 98 of my Mounjaro journey and week 38 at the 7.5 milligram dose. I injected myself on Thursday before I went on my journey. I actually left after work on Thursday night, drove all night, and I went to Tennessee first off, and I attended the Dave Ramsey Total Money Makeover weekend. I mentioned before that I feel as though I'm in my pre-retirement era, preparing for retirement, which is at least 10, 15 years down the road, maybe a little bit longer. So I just want to get my finances all in order, pay down my debt, pay off my house, get my emergency fund. Well, those two have to be reversed. But anyway, it was a great motivational weekend. And before the pandemic, I would try and attend some kind of professional development conference on my own. Usually it was related to writing or blogging. So I'm just putting this conference into that bucket of personal growth. So it's always good to get different personal motivation, meet other people who are sharing the same journey with you as well. So, for mental well-being, which I am a fan of, as you know, if you've been following along. I think this was a really good conference and experience for me, and I'll be making some changes down the road, and change is always good. You're never too old for change. All right, so let's see. What else? So being on vacation, I was up in barbecue country. I had cravings for barbecue. And I did indulge in barbecue. However, I came home and I lost 1 pound, so I'm down to 135 pounds, and I'll get into the food in a little bit. Exercise was a lot of walking, and my gosh, I came back to Florida. It's already in the 90s. It is so dry still, and it just reminds me of Death Valley. It's like this dry... It's like sticking your head in an oven heat, and it's only May, so I can't even imagine what the summer's going to be like. We definitely need some rain. I know that'll make things steamier, but it is just so hot right now. So being up in Tennessee and Alabama and even Georgia last night, it was in the 60s, and it felt so good to wear jeans and a sweater, and that I know some people were wearing shorts and short sleeves as well, but it just felt so nice being in those cooler temperatures. So trying to figure out how I can get back there and enjoy some of those cooler temperatures this summer. So we shall see what happens. But yeah, exercise is just basically a lot of walking. And I did find the cicadas. Part of my reasoning for taking this trip to participate in the Dave Ramsey Total Money Makeover weekend was to go look for those periodical cicadas that are emerging in the South, and I did find them, and I heard lots of them. So here's some video of the cicadas. I'm muting the volume, so I'll spare you the cicada sound, especially if you live where the cicadas are. I'm sure you know what cicadas sound like. My glucose, I'm sorry, I haven't got a battery for my monitor, but we'll get there. Nutrition, as I mentioned, I was on vacation, but I'm being mindful. I took yogurt with me, and I tried to make smart decisions and choices. But yeah, I had a craving for barbecue, especially since I was in the South, and I tried 2 places, one place in Tennessee and another place in Alabama. And the Tennessee one was okay. The food tasted okay. I got burnt ends with a hash brown casserole and green beans, because I thought the green beans would be healthy. They were cooked with pork, so the green beans were healthy. Anyway, and then I got a brisket sandwich in Alabama, and it just didn't have any flavor. It was blah. It was tasted dry. It just was blah. But the whole topic of today's video, and I'm curious if you experience it as well. You know, I've noticed for at least the first year and a half being on Mounjaro, as the week progresses and like the day before injection day, or maybe 2 days before injection day, I would get really super hungry, and I just wanted to binge on food and that. However, I've noticed the last month or so, I don't have those cravings. I just have like no relationship with food. I don't want to have a relationship with food, even though the thought of ice cream does make me happy, and I will indulge in ice cream every so often, or frozen yogurt. But other than that, food is really not appealing to me, and not even taking it or just eating it as I should. So that's a little bit worrisome for me, because you know, I was surprised that I did lose weight this past week, but maybe it's the walking as well combined with that. So I am trying to be more mindful of the quality of the meals that I'm putting in. And I actually started making some quinoa bowls for this week. I had one tonight for dinner. Basically, I cooked up some quinoa, and I roasted some asparagus, some chicken breast, and put some tomato in there as well, and some chopped up cilantro. Drizzled that with olive oil and balsamic vinegar, and it tasted so good. Oh, and avocado, added some avocado on that as well. So I'm being more mindful in my meal prep, and I just want to make sure that I'm getting the right nutrients and proteins and veggies and fruits into my system. So that's my goal for this summer, is to focus on my nutrition and make sure that I am feeding my body appropriately, and not necessarily listening to my stomach, but making sure I'm putting those healthy foods and good for me foods that are going to help me live a longer life, healthier life, so to say. So I'm curious, the longer that you're on Mounjaro, are you noticing that you no longer have those hunger pains or those cravings towards the end of your week before injection day? Let me know in the comments. And speaking of, thank you so much for being on this journey with me. I really do appreciate it. And I appreciate the birthday wishes last week. That meant so much to me. And thank you so much for being here. All right, my friends. So I hope you're having success on Mounjaro, or perhaps you're on zepbound. But just go and do you. Please don't compare your journey to my journey, because your journey is going to look different than mine. Mine looks different from someone else's, and so on and so on. All right, so I hope you have an awesome week, and remember, not only be kind to others, but please be kind to yourself. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, one other thing. I won this t-shirt this past week. So thank you to Rockstar Harley. Rockstar Harley in Fort Myers. Oh, well, I'll show you the picture. You can see the picture right here. Thank you so much. I won that through Instagram. So, all right, my friends, have an awesome week, and I'll catch you next week, if not sooner. Bye.